Hey everyone, today's video is going to be about relics, mainly about the purchase of relics in which priority you should do it. Recently the devs added the Magatama to the free rebate chest relic, so Magatama slightly loses out on its value for money, although Flame Banner still hasn't been added to the rebate, so it's still one of the rarest and one of the best relics to spend money on. A Flame Banner starts being good at 3 stars, before that it's not really amazing, and then gets really good at 5 stars, and then at 9 stars it becomes one of the most broken relics for survival. You will want to spend the money on this relic, it's absolutely worth it, and the relics usually go about $5 per 25 shards, so it's usually $20 for 100 shards, and this is quite expensive, but it's on the fair but it's on the fair scale, I would say, because these relics you're paying for are actually great and they're likely to not be added in the future. It's usually $5 for 25 relic shards, and I think that's a fair deal, but it's slightly on the more expensive side. Usually you can get away with like $5 to $25 in the Fortune Tower event floor 3 if you are slightly lucky, and you can get the 150 relic shards for, like I said, $5 to $25. But this is a very lucky scenario, so usually you are not going to be so lucky. There are also deals in the events that happen twice a season, so occasionally you will see, not occasionally, but always they will have the seasonal relic in here for $25, and then the old relic, just not really old, a pretty updated one, for $20. Now this is absolutely worth it because you want to speed up your relic collection, albeit it's a bit expensive than mostly Fortune Tower. Fortune Tower is limited to 2 times per season, and you might not even get lucky to get the cheap floor 3 clear. So this ends up being worth it because you truly want to speedrun your relics. Like you want Kusanagi, you want Magatama, you want Lance, you want Banner, you want the chest. Yeah, like there are a lot of good relics, like really good, and you will need a lot of them for PvP. So this deal is actually really worth it, and I would suggest it to everyone. I might buy it myself, but I'm currently pretty much done with all relics apart from Kusanagi and Sarcophagus, which is currently not available in here. Apart from that, Gleipnir I think is actually worth it if you can get it up to 5 stars, and 3 stars is okay, but not really as ideal as 5 and 7 stars. But if you're someone who's railing pretty hard, I think you can get away with buying this, as it's worth it in the long run. Now, to return to our topic, as I said, Banner is currently the most valuable relic in the game because 1 is not in any rebates for free-to-plays, and 2 is the most goated relic after or even on the same scale as Magatama. So if you're spending for relics, firstly spend on Flame Banner to 2 stars, and after that you will want to spend on Kusanagi to 2 stars. As you can see, even my Kusanagi is at 2 stars, that's because I have no reason to push it further, as the next upgrade that is significant is only at 6 stars and only at... yeah, is only at 6, and as I have no reason to push it further because the next upgrade is at 6 stars and 8 stars, which is a bit too expensive in my opinion. It's absolutely worth it, but I'm just not willing to spend money on the relics as I am willing to spend them on new heroes and other things. So Flame Banner 3 to 5 stars in my opinion. 9 stars is purely for whales, but you do not want to single-handedly focus on one relic. You want to split the focus a bit to have a lot of versatility because of the many themes that this game requires, as well as certain game modes don't really benefit the relics. So next up on the list is Magatama, and as I said, this relic was added for free-to-play players most recently, but if you're someone who is spending, I suggest spending on it because you really want it 8 stars, because it truly peaks at 8 stars. It is a really good relic even at 3 stars, but like every star upgrade gets it far better than every previous star. So it's a relic you don't want to spend before spending on Banner and Kusanagi, perhaps even Sarcophagus because of its rarity, but if you're someone who is speedrunning, you definitely want to spend on Magatama at least 5 stars, but really 8 stars is the sweet spot. It's the most broken relic, both PvP and PvE. It's used in a lot of PvP teams, mainly in Phantoms or Avengers, but it can really slot in any team. And in PvE, it's used in pretty much any PvE content, except like maybe 2 to 3. But yeah, apart from that, one of the strongest relics in the game, along with Banner. Next up on the list is Sarcophagus, and this is one of the stronger relics. It's not really used a lot, but it's still good nonetheless. Like, it's only usable, its current niche is mainly in Tombs and in Rift Odyssey, because a banner is needed for survival and the death break it provides is pretty significant. But nonetheless, this relic is same rarity as Banner right now, if not even rarer, but it's not as strong in my opinion, but still a good relic to have, especially for PvP and PvE purposes. Ideally you wanted 9 stars because, well, it's the recovery relic, so all the recovery relics you wanted 9 stars to proc them instantly, but nonetheless it's a relic you should be spending money on after you get your Banner, Kusanagi and Magatama. After that, I suggest getting Leipnir. It's one of the best chrono relics in the game. It allows you to use ultimate in round 1, which none of the relics do. It opens up a lot of cheese potential, like using ultimates in round 1 in PvP is pretty crucial. It also provides speed, which is important in PvP a lot. It's one of the better relics in the game right now. It's not really used a lot in PvE, but it has its own unique niche usages, and it's pretty decent in Abyss, Crusade Trials, and yeah, apart from that, a really good PvP relic with good synergies as well. Next up on the list is Soulbinding Lens. Now, spending money on this relic, in my opinion, is a bit trolling because it has a lot of options to get, such as World Arena Shop, such as rebate, such as the Relic Decree, which in the early game is really bad. Only Relic Decree number 2 is good, which opens up after like 190 days, and at this point you might already have the Soul Binding Lens at 9 stars. This relic really does the job at 3 stars. At 5 stars it gets more reliable, but at 9 stars you proc it before any of your heroes use ultimate, so therefore they will use the ultimate twice. Now this description is actually really wrongly written. Like, it says the heroes will take double damage, but what it actually does, it makes your heroes do the action twice. Now this is a really big fumble in the text, and it makes a whole lot of difference in the relic's perspective, and it makes Soulbinding Lens be one of the better relics in the game. Like, not even joking, it's one of the most used PvP and PvE relics by far. It's on the similar tier to it's on the similar tier to Banner and Magatama, but not really as good as them, but pretty close. Again, spending money on this relic might be trolling if you're not a massive whale, and you can get it for free over the time. As I said, on 3 star it does the job, at 5 star it's far more reliable, and you don't really have to spend it after 5 stars unless you're a long-term player and unless you're a whale. Next up on the list is Frostclaw, and the only reason you will want this relic is because of its synergies being Dooms and Avengers, so its effect is not really that amazing. It's okay, it's solid, but it doesn't really contribute much to the teams because it's not really synergized with these synergies. So yeah, you only want it because it's Avenger and Doom relic, and apart from that, it's not really special. It's not good in PvE, and it's okay in PvP, not as amazing as others, but it's getting carried by its synergies. Next up on the list we have Thunderbelt. Now Thunderbelt was released as the most broken relic in the game, but after the bug fix it became a more tame version. It's still good, it still does decent chunk of damage, and it's not really, it's nowhere close to the strength it was, but it's still a good recovery relic in my opinion. Synergies are pretty bad, but it's recovery relic which is pretty flexible in most cases, so you will get away with using it. Nonetheless, I think spending money on this relic to 3 stars is pretty worth it, but it shouldn't be prioritized over the relics I mentioned earlier. And next up on the list is Ross Bark, and this is one of the niche relics as it purely buffs Magatama, and while it does the good job by that, it's not as used as the strength of other heroes that you will be running with Magatama. There are niche usages of this relic with Magatama in PvE, but it's not all PvE, so don't get high hopes about it. It's still a good relic because of the synergies and because of the HP it provides. Like, this HP is pretty good and it stacks up really nicely, but it's not a relic you should prioritize, and it's mainly for PvP Dooms teams. So keep in mind that if you're spending on it, you're only spending to have a stronger Dooms lineup and not really to overall improve your gameplay. And that's going to be it for today's video. These are the relics I suggest to pay to win players. Maybe some... Yeah, these are the relics I suggest to pay to win players. Not really a free to play video, but I will have one coming out soon. So see you in the next video.